This is the Brest. It is the top of the line of the French alternate cruiser line, and yeah, this month in February 2024 it became researchable, the entire alternate cruiser line. That is, I haven't really played the alternate cruiser line all that much, so I was kind of surprised when I got into the Brest here and realized that there were no rear turrets, as is kind of common for a lot of the battleships. But so it was a little bit of a challenge for me. I had no idea really how to set the ship up or how to play. So with that, let's get into the setup of the ship and commander and see what we've done. Commander is Andre Lemonnier. That's who I went with here as a first look, and window of opportunity is his base trait, which improves the cruiser detectability time after firing the main battery guns. And then inspirations, we went with an accuracy setup here with Norman Scott, directed impact, which improves the cruiser main battery shell grouping. And then we went with Yamamoto, which improves the cruiser's armor-piercing shell penetration multiplier. Then here we went with Beyond Range, which improves the cruiser main battery range. And Igniter improves the chances of the cruiser's HE shells causing a fire. And if I really wanted to max out fire starting capabilities here, I would go with Burn It Down XXL, but I didn't because I want the extra range. And then here we went with Punch Through, which improves the cruiser main gun armor piercing shell damage and penetration multiplier. And Fixated was the last one here, which improves the cruiser main battery shell grouping and its dispersion. Refill Station was the legendary skill, which improves the main battery reload time and the special effect when you're within 2.75 kilometers of an allied ship here is the cruiser main battery range is increased an additional 10%. If you go up to legendary rank 4, that will go up to 3.5 kilometers. All right, let's check out the upgrades on the Brest. First one was main battery mod 2. I thought the guns were traversing a little too slow, so we improved the gun traverse speed here. And then we went with propulsion mod 2, which improves the time taken to reach full power and improves that by 50%. Then we went with concealment system mod 1 to get a little bit closer. See, detectability range is improved, as is the incoming fire dispersion, which doubles up on your fully upgraded camo. It scatters the incoming rounds even more. And the fourth upgrade here is the gunfire control system mod 2, which improves the main battery dispersion and its range. Then we went with all the default upgrades here. Targeting system, which improves the firing range another 10%. We were all the way up to 16.9 kilometers. Then we went with the hull upgrade, maxes out the hit points at 55,300, and the rudder shift time is improved all the way down to 13.2 seconds with this build. And engine upgrade here, we've increased the maximum speed up to 31.5 knots. Loadout, ammunition, high explosive, and armor piercing, which we will get into in a bit. Consumables, damage control party, duration is 5 seconds, reloads every 60 seconds, and there's an unlimited number of those. Then we have either the main battery reload booster, the sonar, or the defensive AA fire. We went with the main battery reload booster, which improves the main battery reload speed by 50%. It runs for 15 seconds. It takes 2 minutes to reload, and you have 2 of those. Repair party consumable is next, which will partially restore a ship's HP by repairing any light damage at the rate of 331 hit points per second. Duration is 28 seconds, reloads every minute, and there are 2 of those consumables. You can either select this or the fighter. I went with the heal booster there, the heal consumable. Then the last one here is the engine boost consumable, which temporarily increases the ship's maximum speed, increases that by 20%. Duration is 1.5 minutes, reloads every 2 minutes, and there are 2 of those consumables. Yeah, I was using these boosters, but that could change depending on the match. And then for the camo, we created the permanent camo. It was just sitting there in port. So 75 buckets of paint creates the camo, and then 750 buckets of paint maxes it out to a sea detectability and incoming fire dispersion of 4.5% respectively, but at least the historical camo was there. Specs: survivability hit points is 55,300. Armor is 16 to 335 millimeter. Yeah, you'll get kind of wiped out if you go out in the open water. 19% torpedo damage reduction. That's pretty much non-existent. Artillery, you have 8 guns. They reach out to 18.6 kilometers here with this build. Reloads every 26 seconds. That is almost like a battleship, along with that traverse time. And that is even with the upgrade in upgrade slot number 1 for the main gun traverse. Wow, 30 seconds still. Boy. HE shells have a maximum of 4,800 with a 38% chance of setting fire, and that is pretty good. AP has a maximum of 10,670, and that is pretty good, I think, for a cruiser. Secondary armament, okay. AA defenses, you probably clear the sky with the Brest. I haven't been in a match with an aircraft carrier yet when I've been running the Brest. Maneuverability, 31.5 knot speed, 3/4 of a kilometer turning circle radius, and awesome 13.2 second rudder shift time with this build. Concealment, 10.1 kilometers with the upgrade slot number 3 concealment upgrade. And detectability range by air is 6.3 kilometers. If you're firing into smoke, it's 9.7 kilometers. Armor, green armor, orange armor. You got some pretty good armor on the side here. It looks like for that 19% torpedo damage reduction. So maybe it'll be a little bit better if you do get hit. But in general, if you get hit by a torpedo in a cruiser, you are in big trouble. And there is a lot of green armor right here, so you are really vulnerable. Yeah, just watch it if you go out in the open water. If you're going up against a couple battleships, you probably will not last very long after a few salvos. But just for laughs, let's take a look at the Citadel. And yellow and orange armor, green right there in the front. Looks like, yeah. So, yeah, if you go out in the open water, you are still going to get nailed, regardless of what the Citadel looks like here. Then the overview here, the Brest can be equipped with the engine boost, as we saw, and barrage equipped with main battery reload booster. And then big and flammable. The fires on this ship last longer due to their larger size and high caliber guns. Wow, I never really noticed that before. So, wow. All right, I guess the guns do look pretty massive here. I didn't see what size they were. 330 millimeter. I guess that's 14 inch. Maybe it's 12 inch. But all right. So then here for the Brest, it says that after proposals for a cruiser with a 23,000 ton displacement were rejected due to limited capabilities, further development was focused on increased firepower and size of the ship. This led to a 26,000 ton design mounting 8 new 13-inch 330 millimeter guns in 2 quadruple gun turrets, the foundation that eventually became the Dunkirk class battleships. Wow, okay, so that's why this looks so much like the Dunkirk. Year of design was 1932, and there were no ships in the series. All right, well, that's it for the setup of the ship and the commander. Let's go out in a standard battle and check out some highlights. All right, here we are. We are in Greece and looking to go to this island here. Start out way out in the middle of the open water, and I definitely do not want to be out in the open water. So there, I'm not even really sure. I was spotted, and somehow either he took a lucky guess or something and was hitting me. Maybe it was from a previous salvo. Anyway, I would like to target one of these cruisers here. I think I'm going to do a little bit better against the cruisers than I will against the battleships, even though we have stayed with high explosive here. Let's go on the Kansas though, and yeah, you can see I'm trying to use the island for a little bit of cover. I'm being spotted, but I don't really see any incoming shells here. So I'm really playing it very cautiously. Those look like some shells coming in. There is the Prinz Eugen over by D taking some shots at me. There were some minor glances it looked like. Now I'm being spotted, and I'm looking to really get behind the cover of this island. You can see that we are pretty accurate. There was 6 hits out of 8 guns, so we are pretty accurate. Here I'm doing some sightseeing. There you go. There's a nice fishing boat. It's kind of amazing the amount of detail that you see on the islands if you take the time. Here, I guess I kind of think I have a little bit of a breather, so I'm doing some sightseeing while I'm doing my highlight video. So there you go on that. Right, so yeah, I got to admit that I set up the ship and took it out into this match. This is literally the first match that I have played in the Brest, and I did not realize that this was the precursor to the Dunkirk class battleships, and this certainly looks like a Dunkirk class battleship, but I don't think it has the armor in the front to allow bow tanking, and I don't think you can bow tank in a cruiser anyway. But here, this looks like some good cover still, and we're going to try to start some fires here on the Kansas. He's aiming completely at somebody else. There's that Prinz Eugen that wants a little bit of action, and we're going to try to give it to him here. So I do want to be mindful of the Kansas though, and it looks like he's still occupied with somebody else. And yeah, the Prinz Eugen is really coming after us. I'm backing up. I did the main battery reload booster here. We did start a fire on the Prinz Eugen since he's a bow in. I don't want to waste the armor piercing on that, but yeah, since I've got all the guns in the front, I kind of want to do a little bit of bow tanking, even though I don't really think that I have the armor I need to really be successful, especially against battleships. Maybe the cruisers, it'll be okay against the cruiser. He did start a fire, and yeah, I definitely wouldn't be doing this against a battleship. Maybe bow tanking is okay against other cruisers, but it looks like he's so focused on me that he's going to get taken out by my teammate, and I end up getting him with my salvo, even though my teammate drastically reduced his health. And we are down a little bit in the match here, but the Kansas doesn't look like he's going to be around much longer. It does look like he is kind of thin, so we are going to come up here and come around and look to go toward B. All right, so that guy's gone right as I fire the salvo. How many times does that seem to happen? So yeah, if your guns don't reload right as soon as the enemy goes behind an island or something, your target will get taken out at the exact instant that you fire your salvo. So I don't think they program it like that. That just happens to be the way that the game seems to go sometimes. And here's a Flandre. He doesn't look like he is really doing all that well. Can't really see me at this point, and now I am being spotted by the Seattle there, I would guess. And with the 18-kilometer main gun range, that is great. A lot of times cruisers do not have really great range. So yeah, the 18-kilometer range here is awesome. I'm staying behind this island here. Here, this lion really has my number right there. And yeah, those were HE shells, but he still really kind of rocked us a little bit. But now he is in range, so maybe we could pay him back a little bit. Kind of looks like his guns are traversed to the forward. Maybe he fired at us with the rear guns. But we are going to come over here and start capturing D. And yeah, Seattle is kiting, and let's started us on fire. That's awesome. I put the fire out real quick. We don't have any heal boosters, so it doesn't really help out to let the fire burn out before you hit the heal booster. So I tend to take my chances when I'm out of heal consumables to stop the fire immediately and take the chance that they've got to start another fire on me. And I did see something online that once a fire started and you put the fire out, it seems to be a little bit more difficult to restart a subsequent fire. That could be a wives' tale, along with resetting your commander to get your accuracy back or something like that. But I did read that quite some time ago, actually. But that's something I always keep in mind when I'm trying to start multiple fires on somebody is if you start a fire and they damage con, it seems a little bit harder sometimes to start subsequent fires. All right, so we did a solo capture on D, and wow, Lion is just sitting there. Let's see if we can start some fires on him. We are up to 62,000 damage already, and we have swung the momentum on the leaderboard. We've destroyed 4 red ships, and they've only destroyed 3 of ours. So it's looking pretty good for the match, actually. We've captured 2 bases. We've got another one of their ships. So this is looking like it's going to be a win. So very unexpected on my first match with the Brest. I thought that, the guns in the front were going to definitely be bad news, and this is going to be a really big problem. But just like other matches in the game, it seems like you can always do well with any ship. Even high ranking or low ranking commanders really don't seem to make a huge difference. It's more about the other strategery as far as the gameplay goes. It could be even positioning, like I saw Zarkun's most recent video. He said that positioning was much more important than accuracy, and it very well could be. And maybe the better players with the better win rate are much better at positioning and just instinctively know that. So, yeah. Okay, so the Lion is gone. That guy was really a pain for me. And you can see that my teammates in those battleships are not really looking all that great. Both of them are looking kind of thin, actually. They don't have much health left. And yeah, I'm kind of looking out where those shells are coming from. The Iowa's gone, and so is the Bismarck. So now we are even up. 2 captured bases per side, 3 ships per side. So this is a pretty even match, even though we are slightly ahead in points. If any one ship on either team gets destroyed, that will really sway the point total here. There's only 4 minutes left. And I am moving over toward B. I'm really thinking about going over toward B, but I'm keeping my guns over on this side to, yeah, there you go. So I'm telling my teammates to capture B to really sway the leaderboard there. And oh boy, Jean Bart is not looking all that great. So yeah, that is pretty brutal right there. The other battleship behind the Jean Bart looks like he's doing okay. I'm still looking to see if I can see that ship that's firing at my teammates. So the whole idea is to go in here and start capturing B and start racking up even more points. As soon as we go into B, their point counter will stop counting, and there. All right, so we traded battleships, it looks like, or maybe it was a cruiser for a battleship. I'm not really sure, but now the point totals have swung into the red team favor. They're leading us by 1 single point. So as soon as I come into B to start capturing B, the point total will switch over into our favor. And as long as nobody gets destroyed, we should be okay. So the whole idea is to stay behind the islands here and protect myself. Oh, that's a Seattle over there that was doing all that damage. and capture the base. I don't think the Seattle can get over here in a fast enough rate to stop the capture. And I don't really see the aircraft carrier planes, and maybe the aircraft carrier plane, maybe the aircraft carrier player is out of planes and he's regenerating planes. So that could be, maybe he's been deplaned. That would be great. That's kind of what it looks like. And now you can see that the point total is swung over into our favor, and now it's really swung over into our favor because my teammate went in and started capturing A. So yeah, as soon as we capture B, we're going to come around the island here and try to take out the Seattle. That's the plan. Yeah, if any one of our ships get destroyed, that would, I believe that would swing into the red team's favor. So we want to sort of be careful here. The longer we're going, we are racking up, looks like 12 points every second or every few seconds. Seattle is moving away. That is great. We're behind the island, so this is a little bit of cover. It looks like he's focused on my teammate over in A. So these are some free shots. Four pretty good hits right there, and a ricochet or a shatter. So, you know, 5 hits out of 8 shells. That is pretty good. So the Brest is pretty accurate. All right, so the island indicator is up. Took some shots anyway, and yeah, they hit the island. So now I'm going to back up. Hopefully the island indicator will go away. 30 seconds left. Looks like no problem winning the match. Now, even if my teammate goes like he did, it is still in our favor because we've accumulated so many points from these captured bases. And now here come the aircraft carrier planes. So apparently the aircraft carrier was able to regenerate the planes, but with 10 seconds left, it is really too late. And we are easily going to win the match. Don't really want to do anything dumb here. And there you go. All right. So there was I'd like to think it was a strategic victory on our part by not really putting ourselves in too much risk needlessly. And yeah, big time victory for the Brest on the very first match. So 354,000 silver credits, 76,000 total damage performance on 53 main gun hits, a destroyed ship, 7 fires, and 2 solo captured bases. So that is awesome. That should be some pretty good XP there. That's what I'm figuring, especially when you look at the XP totals on the main board, on the personal score sheet here. And here is the team result. So 2,300 XP. I was pretty happy with that, but look at what happened. I'm in 3rd place because my teammates got 2,400 XP. So congratulations to those guys, especially the guy in the Iowa with the Confederate medal. All right, let's see if we made any money here on this Tier 8 battle. Well, we cleared 192,000 credits by the time it was all said and done, and that's it for my first look at the Brest. It's a Dunkirk cruiser basically, but I had pretty good luck with it, and maybe positioning is everything. So there you go. If nothing else, you got to see a little bit about the ship. Go ahead and let me know what you think down below. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.